The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show, and sitting beside me is the founder of Janice Carroll Cosmetics. Please welcome Janice Ross to the show. Wow, lots of love in the air. I love it. Thank you. How are you doing, Janice?
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure, my shirt. You look great in blue. That's your color, by the way.
Thank
people
you.
told you that?
Actually, I don't wear blue a lot.
No?
We were, it says when you're on camera, don't wear black, don't wear white, don't wear this, don't wear that, and I'm going, okay.
What's the color to wear?
Blue.
Blue.
Although you look stunning, so don't go by me. So there you go. So blue is different for me.
Janice, tell us a little bit about your background leading up to starting this company.
Well, the story is that I started in cosmetics in a part-time job when I was in my teens in the very first Shoppers Drug Mart in the city.
Wow.
I loved it because it put together my passion for people, art, color, design, because I always majored in art, and took that through university, combined with business courses and social work courses and all that, because I didn't know where I'd end up. And what happened was my boss tracked me down and said, I want you to come back after you graduate and run the cosmetic department. So it was a great opportunity. Pardon me?
How long did it take to build up to that great moment?
Well, after I graduated from U of T, I went and worked for him, and he handed me the cosmetic department and said, this is your store within my store. Go for it.
Wow.
So he trusted me, and I guess he saw me grow up and just saw what I did through the years, and he gave me a lot of confidence. So I went for it and learned so much. It was a great opportunity to learn buying, hiring, firing, working with companies. Yeah, sitting on that side of the desk, dealing with buyer. I was the buyer. After that, Orland Cosmetics scooped me up, and I went with them, and I was an account manager. So I learned to work on that side of the desk. Trained girls across Ontario and in Halifax, and that was a great opportunity. Following that, I'm very much a family girl, and my children and family meant everything to me, and I wanted to devote myself to them. So I did things part-time along the way, but as it hits us, I wasn't in a very good marriage, and it was a very traumatic time for myself and my two beautiful boys.
How old are they now?
They are 21 and 28. Two men now. And they needed me. So I really had to build this very slowly, very strategically, because they came first. And I was always entrepreneurial. So if I had to lock my door and go to them, I did so. And this would have to wait. That's what happened. And thank goodness they came through it. I was really low, actually, during that time. But I had to really dig down and realize that I had something to offer. My children needed me, and we cannot let someone else bring us down to that level, to not think that we're not worth it. We are, and you have to grab onto your friends who love you and grab onto yourself, most importantly. And that's part of me. I want to give back. So I opened a store as they were growing and test marketed the line. It was a something I wanted to do without realizing was what I was about to endure after. I wanted a line that was healthier. Parabens have been connected, as you know, my dear, Lila, right? Leela. And I loved everything you said. I really connected with you. Parabens have been connected to breast cancer because they tend to mimic estrogen once absorbed into the body.
Female hormone.
Correct. So then when you have too many parabens, you're estrogenic, which can lead to, God forbid, cancer. Knowing that there was a lot of cancer in my own family. My mother had ovarian, my aunt had ovarian, they're both gone. I then learned, thank you, I then learned that I'm a BRCA gene carrier. And this was after I started to develop the line. So it's kind of weird the way things work. And I've been very proactive. I immediately had a full hysterectomy. This gene, for all of you who don't know, if you've read about Angelina Jolie, it's the same gene. It predisposes you to a very high risk of getting ovarian cancer and breast cancer. So my risks were extremely high. I wanted to be proactive because I got my kids through that hard time. I was going forward, and I wanted to be here for a long, long time. So we have to be proactive. So I had the ovarian, my full hysterectomy. After that, I closed my store because I realized that the line was doing well. I test marketed without a name on it. It was just a no name. And I wanted to pursue it full speed ahead. Got my strength back. And then this year, I realized that my chances of getting breast cancer were extremely high. The BRCA gene carrier, God bless my fiance, Neil. He came with me to a doctor's appointment and said, okay, Jan is already in the high-risk screening. What are her chances of getting it? Do you miss it? They go, yes. And they said, oh. And then he said, well, if a gene carrier does get it, what is it? They said aggressive. So September 23rd, I scheduled a double mastectomy. So I'm sitting here with a new lease on life. So I had a double mastectomy and reconstruction at the same time, still healing, and running my company and going forward. So
strong. You are so strong. I'm so inspired by you. And now we have this beautiful gem, the Janice Carroll Cosmetic line. And I'd love for you to demonstrate a little of how you keep your skin so beautiful. We've got an extraordinary makeup artist, Dina. Please welcome Dina to the show.
Dina is Janice Carroll's lead makeup artist who services the downtown poor and is helping me build the line.
Awesome. Okay, so let's walk us through what's going to be happening here.
Okay, I'll ask Janice to remove your glasses for a minute.
Dina's going to demonstrate quickly a very key request lately. I'm sure you've learned about, been reading about
Highlighting, or called strobing. It's to show radiance, light, how to highlight your bone structure.
And that J-Lo glow.
J-Lo glow. Any age, any stage, any look that you're after, I put it on every day for every look.
Okay.
Just about. So,
so how do we do that?
I'll show how it works using a damp blender sponge. A lot of people are aware of what this is. You can buy them in any beauty store. Dampen it. Anything between your tool and your skin. If it has moisture, skin loves moisture.
Yes.
So using a damp sponge and your makeup in between, your skin is going to absorb it, so it's going to look a little more airbrushed. So for that flawless, camera-ready look, I recommend dampening your sponge. So here we go.
Dampening the sponge.
Dampen the sponge. And Janice, your products can be used wet or dry, which is an advantage, the powder compacts. So for a little more sheer look, damp, roll it on the product, the surface, and when I look at myself in the mirror or I look at a client in the mirror, I squint my eyes.
I always squint.
You squint your eyes.
Always.
So Nikki's got it down. She's a pro artist. You can see where light and dark is hitting on your face. Where the light is hitting, that's where you can put your highlighter.
Correct.
So I will squint now at Miss Janice. So I'm looking at Janice and I can see immediately where the light is hitting her. So that's what I'm going to do to add to it. So the cheekbone, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow immediately, chin, a little triangle shape in the forehead, and I usually run a little down the center of the neck.
Okay.
And you can do the eyebrow below and above the eyebrow.
I didn't know that. Above the eyebrow too.
Above the eyebrow. It helps it float out, Nikki.
Got it.
So a little lift is always a good thing.
It's always good to have a lift. Always.
So from there, I'm going to let it sit for a minute, which is another makeup term you might have been hearing called cooking. Cooking or baking.
Okay.
So it's baking for a minute. It's getting into
let it sizzle.
the surface oils.
I'm baking.
And now I'd like it to sit a little bit more intense, so I'm going to use a dry, fluffy brush and just add to it where that is.
Okay, so over the brows,
Wherever I
nose,
placed it.
wherever you place it.
So, and then look at yourself again,
Squinting.
squinting, contour. You can go under the bone, wherever you see shadow when you're squinting, under the nose, under the lip.
What's the difference between contour and highlight, or is it the same?
Contour is a couple of shades darker than your skin. It just creates a carving or a contoured look, so it takes away light. Highlighter adds light.
Got it. Okay.
So it'll make anything recede where you're placing it. And I will finish it with a touch of loose powder, just because highlighter can look a little shiny or greasy.
Okay.
So to set all of Janice's makeup, I would just do a loose dusting around the T-zone and over the shiny areas. And it'll look like you're going from thin.
But that didn't take long.
It doesn't take long.
So you can look fab in like under 5 minutes.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Okay.
Express,
Beautiful.
go.
Express beauty. I love it.
Express beauty.
Thank you, Dina.
Thanks,
That was
Dean.
amazing.
My pleasure.
Speaking
I learned
of
something today.
Express,
Thank you. Oh, I like that.
speaking of Express Beauty,
What's that?
this is Janice
Like a beauty
Carroll
box?
Express Beauty to Go.
Yeah, I heard someone
So it's got very simple colors, something for everybody. This is a new item, so we're
It's
starting.
fresh.
It's fresh. It's fresh. So that's one thing. And I just wanted to say quickly,
I like
you heard a little bit about what I went through, but my biggest passion is helping others. So I think in the radio interview I said that if I could do this without making money, I mean, all of my customers and friends say, no, you didn't charge me enough. Or, you didn't charge me enough. I said, no, it's okay. But it's something that is part of me, and I love to give back. So this line is for every age group, every skin type, and especially those who have compromised immune systems. It is not organic. I cannot call myself organic because I tested that, and I didn't want to send them home with something that would be rancid in a week. It still has the scientific help. However, the crucial ingredients that are healthy have been left in. There have been vitamins added, but the parabens have been taken out. So especially what I say is, you know it's in your lipstick, because you don't want to eat with that on your lips.
Yeah.
Anything that sinks into your pores.
Yeah.
So that is something that's important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Carcinogenic free.
That's it.
That's beautiful.
That's
Thank you
it.
so much. And I believe what you said wholeheartedly, that whatever you give, it's going to come back. I don't do things seeking credit or money, because I know if you live well, it comes back to you. So.
Well, I get a lot back anyway. I have
Absolutely.
wonderful friends, and a lot of them are here, and my family, and I'm getting married September 20th. No, September 25th.
everybody.
So, yeah.
We're all invited.
So,
Wedding
things-
crashes.
if you wait long enough and you believe that there's something good out there for you, then it's going to happen. So.
I believe that message was for me. Thank you. I have hope.
Thank you. And I just brought something for you, Nikki, too, to say thank you. And just for everything.
Mwah. Amazing. Thank you so much. Janice Ross, everyone.
Where can people get your cosmetics before we go?
Our website is going to be live within a month, I hope. It's been a long process, but it is Janice Carroll cos.com, and that will be an e-commerce site, so you can order everything online. The other parts of the city are, there's places all over. There's Trendy Accessories in Lawrence Plaza. There's Salon Life in Richmond Hill. There's Teresa's Aesthetics. There's Aviva's Aesthetics. And did I miss anyone, Neil? Oh, Popcorn Boutique. Fabulous clothing, and she is amazing, Sandra. So, a lot of support.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
We're inspired. Thanks, Janice. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Some karaoke.